What is up, everybody? Welcome to DFS by the Numbers. These are my Draftkings MMA picks for UFC Vegas 66. We have Sean Strickland going against Jared Cannonier.
I need all the wins, yeah. Harder than all that is. You better move, you might get knocked out. Knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out. Knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out. Knocked out.
And we are back breaking down some DraftKings for the last card of the year. We have a 14 fight to talk about. And yeah, I think it's a pretty good card. I think it's a little bit of a step down from last week, but still should be a fun card as always. Before we get started and get into the picks, if you guys can please leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Do appreciate all the support in 2022. You guys have been absolutely awesome. But yeah, no time to waste. I say we get right into it. And we're going to start with the fight doesn't go to decision lines. Up top, we have Olazechuk Brundage minus 270. Fight doesn't go to decision here. And yeah, I'm on the Olazechuk side, and he is going to be one of my highest exposed fighters here. He's sitting at 9,400. I think he goes out here and finishes Brundage probably in the very first round. But I will be sprinkling some Brundage here at 6,800 just due to the fact that when we have seen Mikhail Olazechuk off his back, it hasn't been good. He's been submitted both times where he got taken down by OSP in the second round, got subbed. He got taken down like 8 times by Jimmy Crute and then got subbed. And Brundage, his ground game is not bad at all. So I kind of like Olazechuk to go out there and get the first round knockout, but Brundage definitely does have a path to victory at 6,800. So this is a fight I'm very heavily invested on, more so on the Olazechuk side, but I will be sprinkling some Brundage as far as 6,800 goes for him. Next, we have Julian Marquez going against Deron Winn. I think this is a very good fight to target. I think this fight does finish just because I am on the Marquez side. I see this going one of two ways. If this fight does go Marquez's way, it's going to be because he gets the finish, whether it's a knockout. We've seen Winn knocked out. Whether it's a sub. We've seen Winn sub before. I could see either there, but Winn does have a path to victory. Going back and watching the Maki Pitolo fight, we saw Maki Pitolo be able to go out there and take down Marquez at will. Not a good look because, Deron Winn is a much, much better wrestler than Maki Pitolo. So I will be having both sides here. I think Marquez has all the finish upside, but Deron Winn at 7,500, he's going to have all the wrestling upside there. So I do like this fight a lot to target, though. Next, we have Amir Albaze going against Alexander Costa. And yeah, this is a fight that I'll have some Albaze, but he is 9,600. And rightfully so. He's a very good fighter. It's a very big kind of step down in competition for Albaze. I would like to see him take a very big step up in the near future. But this just is not it. Alexander Costa, the thing about him is he's actually pretty solid. It's just he's taking this fight on short notice, and he's taking it against a guy in Albaze, and there's a reason why Albaze is a huge favorite. I'm not going to get to any Costa here, but I will be having some Albaze. I think Albaze has takedown upside, potential finish upside, late finish upside as well. So I do like Albaze. I think he's safe. He's one of the safer plays on the card as far as cash games go, but not a fight I'm overly excited about. And then Cop Dvorak here, and yeah, I don't know about this fight. It's minus 135 around there to end inside the distance according to the odds. And you have Cop who's 9,100. The thing with Cop is if he does not get a first round finish, he's probably not going to find his way on the optimal lineup just because he doesn't do a ton. Very low volume guy, but he has a 94% finish rate, so I can't completely rule out Cop, but that does scare me a little bit. And as far as Dvorak, I can't really get there. I do like Cop a lot in this matchup, so I'll be playing Cop if anything, but not a fight I'm overly excited about targeting. Getting into our core plays here, like we talked about him a little bit, Mikhail Olazechuk, 9,400, he is going to be my highest exposed fighter, just because I think he has first-round knockout upside. I think it's a very solid matchup for him. As long as he's able to keep this fight on the feet, he's going to have a field day, really, and get that first-round knockout, I think. So I like Olazechuk, 9,400 over Cody Brundage. Rafa Garcia, 8,400. Another guy I really like this week, going against Mahashate. The thing with Mahashate is there's not a ton of film available on him, but there is one fight where he was taken down and controlled for literally 14 minutes and 30 seconds of a 15-minute fight, and that's going to be the path to victory for Garcia. And if he does take that path to victory, which I expect him to, I think he has a very high ceiling here with takedowns, with control time. So I do like some Rafa Garcia at 8,400. Next we have Julian Erosa, 8,800. Yeah, typically you like playing Julian Erosa as a dog, but I think this is a matchup where you can go out there, he can score well, he can push a very high pace, lots of volume, some takedowns, and Rose is a finisher as well. Caceres has been finished quite a few times, the majority of them by submission, and I could see a sub here, like a club and sub for Rose. I think he's going to put it on to Caceres, finish him late, and put up a pretty big score here. And then Julian Marquez, 8,700. Talked about the matchup a little bit. I'm just not a big Darren Wynn fan here. And, Deron Wynn's a guy that he's very skilled, but at some point, I just see Deron Wynn slowing down. I see him not being able to get the takedowns. I see him shooting in on a sloppy shot and getting caught in something, getting knocked out at some point. So I do like Marquez to win the fight. Not only win it, but to win it inside the distance. And I think he does go out there and finish Deron Wynn and put up a pretty decent score. Getting into our GPP plays here, our tournament plays, we talked about Albazi a little bit, 9,600, expensive, but I feel like he's one of the more safer plays on the slate. I think he has some solid upside as well with the wrestling, so I don't mind some Albazi at 9,600, even though he's very expensive. Arman Tsarukyan, 8,900. The thing with this one is I don't necessarily agree with the price tags. I think this could be a pretty close-ish fight, but Tsarukyan in a win, it's probably because he was able to go out there and get the takedowns on Ismagulov, and he's a guy that can go out there and get upwards of 5, 6, 7, 8 takedowns. So I think Tsarukyan has all the upside in this fight just because he's going to be the one going out there and looking for takedowns. Sean Strickland, 8,500. Yeah, I'll be kind of even on this fight because I see this fight going one of two ways. Either Sean Strickland goes out there, puts up a lot of volume across 5 rounds and wins a decision, or Jared Cannonier is able to land a big shot at some point and knock out Sean Strickland. So I think both sides in the main event are definitely in play. I do find myself more so on the Cannonier side just because he is going to be much cheaper and he does have that knockout upside, but Sean Strickland's definitely in play for me. If he does win, I think he puts up a solid score in a 5-round decision win. Renat Fakhretdinov, 8,300. I think this is a great fight to target as well. I think it's a fight that has a good chance of finishing inside the distance. If Renat Fakhretdinov is to win this fight, it's because he's able to take down Battle, hold down Battle, control him, potentially get a finish. Battle defensively leaves a lot of openings, whether he's on the feet, on the mat. And Fakhretdinov, he's not a bad fighter. He has some good skills. He has really good power on the feet. He has phenomenal wrestling, good control as well. So, yeah, don't mind me some Fakhretdinov at 8,300. I think in a win, he can score pretty well. Some live dogs here. Jared Cannonier, 7,700. I think he has the knockout upside here. Sean Strickland just coming off a knockout loss. Sean Strickland's going to give Jared Cannonier the fight he wants, which Sean Strickland's just going to stand there and he's going to strike with Cannonier. Cannonier is going to have many opportunities to find that finish. So Cannonier is 7,700. I don't mind it. Brian Battle, 7,900. I don't mind him as well. Brian Battle's a guy coming in here on short notice, but he's a guy that can push a pace. He has good cardio, good striking. He's going to have the striking advantage here, and he's very opportunistic with his submission as well. So I think he has a good chance to find a finish here at some point in this fight, especially if Renat does slow down as the fight goes on. So yeah, I do like me some Brian Battle this week as a dog. I like me some Bobby Green as a dog as well, 7,600. The volume this guy throws, especially as of late, has been insane. So at 7,600, if he's able to pull off this win, I think he has a good chance of being optimal. On top of that, if Bobby Green wants to wrestle, which I would highly recommend here, I feel like that is a legit path to victory for him against Drew Dober, who has struggled with the takedown defense, sitting at 54%. So yeah, I like Bobby Green. I love the volume, and I love the potential wrestling upside if he wants to go to it. And then Deron Wynn, 7,500. Speaking of potential wrestling upside, and I'm not a big Deron Wynn guy. I don't like the guy too much, but in a win, Deron Wynn's going to score a ton of DraftKings points. Julian Marquez, the Maki Vitola fight was a very bad look, getting taken down, ragdolled by Maki Vitola. If Maki Vitola can do it, Deron Wynn can do it. I personally think that Marquez does catch him at some point, but if Deron Wynn is able to hold on for 3 rounds, he's going to put up a very big score at only 7,500. All right, couple more. Cody Brundage, as far as a pump play, 6,800. Yeah, he's going to go out there. He's going to look to get the fight down to the mat, and if he does, he's going to have opportunities. I think Brundage's ground game is pretty good, and Olazechuk's ground game, from what I've seen, has not been good at all. So Brundage will have opportunities early on. He's not going to want to strike with Olazechuk. So yeah, I don't mind some shots on Brundage as a dog. I think if he does win, it could be an early submission, like a TKO, just because Olazechuk does not look comfortable on the mat. And then Corey McKenna, 7,200. I think this fight could play out close. We got a striker versus grappler matchup, and I could see McKenna going out there and getting takedowns. She's very young, still improving. Not picking her to win per se, but 7,200 for somebody with grappling upside, I don't hate that. And then the fade here, there's a couple that stuck out, but mostly Cheyenne Vlismas here at 9,000, just because, like I said, I think she wins the fight, but I think it's going to be close. I think that she's not going to go out there and get takedowns, and I don't think this fight has a very high likelihood to finish as well. So, going to be fading Cheyenne Vlismas this week at 9,000. All right, we did it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys could please leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you have not already. If you want extra content for the week, check out dfsbythenumbers.com. Lots of stuff going on over there as well. I'm going to be going live Friday, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Saturday for Best Bet should be going around like 1 hour before the prelims. And then, yeah, should be a good one here to end the year. Had a great week last week. Hopefully we can have another great week this week. Best of luck, guys, for UFC Vegas 66, and we'll talk to you soon. See you.